Here's a number that should make you mad. The average student loan borrower in America pays off their loan for 20 years and still owes more than they originally borrowed. Not less. More. So either everybody who takes out a student loan is bad at math, or the system was never built for you to actually pay it off. Let's break down exactly how this works, because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Start with interest capitalization, and I want you to really sit with this one. When you don't pay enough to cover the interest, that unpaid interest doesn't just sit there waiting. It gets added to your principal. So now you're paying interest on interest. It's called negative amortization, and it's the reason people making payments every single month for a decade watch their balance go up instead of down. Imagine paying your mortgage for 10 years and owing more than when you started. That's the reality for millions of student loan borrowers right now. Then there's income-driven repayment plans, the ones that get sold to you as the responsible option. They cap your monthly payment based on what you earn, which sounds great on paper. But here's the catch. Nobody explains clearly. If your capped payment is lower than the interest accruing that month, the gap gets added right back onto your loan. So the plan marketed as your safety net is often the exact plan that keeps you underwater the longest. You're not climbing out of the hole. You're just paying to stand still in it. Now, let's talk about bankruptcy, because this is where it gets wild. Credit card debt? Dischargeable. Medical debt? Dischargeable. Even gambling debt can get wiped in bankruptcy. Student loans? Nearly impossible to discharge, protected by a legal standard so strict, almost nobody clears it. Every other type of debt in this country has an exit door. Student loans are one of the only ones that doesn't. And here's the part that really seals it. Loan servicers, the companies actually managing your account, don't get paid more when you pay off your loan faster. They get paid to service the debt, meaning the longer your loan exists, the more money moves through their system. There have been lawsuits, government investigations, and reports of servicers steering people into forbearance instead of cheaper repayment options. Because forbearance is easy to process and keeps the loan alive, interest and all. So when you add it all up, interest that compounds against you, repayment plans that can trap you in negative amortization, almost no bankruptcy exit, and servicers with zero incentive to help you finish early, you start to see the shape of the system. It's not that borrowers are careless, it's that the incentives on the other side of the table were never lined up with you actually reaching zero. Now, to be fair, this isn't some secret evil plan drawn up in a back room. It's the result of decades of policy choices, lobbying, and a lending model that treats education debt differently from every other kind. And there are real paths out. Aggressive extra payments toward principal, refinancing when it makes sense, and the newer repayment programs that do offer forgiveness after a set number of years. It's not hopeless. But it is built like a maze, and mazes don't build themselves by accident. So if you're sitting there watching your loan balance barely move or even grow after years of payments, that's not on you. That's the system working exactly how it was designed. And the first step to beating a maze is knowing it's a maze in the first place.